My lord. I'm late and I didn't mean to be. I fully was like ready to go and just puttered around until I was like, oh shoot. Oh shoot. I have a whole video to record. So we are going to wait a little while for more people to come into the room. So if you are hashtag replay gang, I will put on time today when we get started. Okay. I've decided that I'm going to buy some items for home decor because I'm tired of feeling like I haven't moved in yet. And I've been here for 6 months, right? Wait, November, December, January, February, March, April. Well, no, I haven't been. I've been here for less than 5 months. So, but I want more on the walls. I'm not going to go crazy. I think I'm just going to get like a side table for right there that can possibly house like a plant or a lamp. I am going to get a key hook so I can put my key on a hook. I'm going to get a hook for coats and or purses that has shelving on top of it, and I want to put like a fake plant or something there. And then I want to get some command strips so that I can hang up my lighter paintings. And I would like to get a mirror, a full length mirror. I want to be able to see the full situation before I leave the home. And I want to get gold light plates. Like I want every single switch or outlet in this home to not be white anymore. I want it to be gold or some kind of fun texture. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Hello, Kenya. Hello, I've never seen you before. Lots of new people in the room these days. Lots of new people. Hey, Jaylee Doo. Hey, Sandra. Another name I don't quite recall. Hello. Roselle. Hello. Another name I don't quite recall. Maybe you've come in a few times, but not every time. Just Nedra, definitely never recalled that name. So, girl, hello. And look at these queens. Look at this. Are those like red dreads and like a ombre top? Love it. Roselle, come on, with the short haircut and the swoopy dupes with the blonde vintage 1971. Hey, girl, we see it. We love it. Jaylee Do and Kenya. Hi, Kenya. A good old car shot. We love to see it. The lighting will hit you perfectly. So we're probably going to get started around 6:30, meaning in the time. And right now we're at 3:10, 11, 12. So we're going to let more people into the room. I'm surprised more people don't want to talk about Love is Blind. Also, like, I don't think I finished watching Ep6-8. Oh, shoot. I think at the end of Ep6-8, Josh comes in, right? I am a bad person because I did not finish that dish at all. I did not finish it at all. Hey, Tanisha. Renee. Hello. Yeah, 2 lives in a row, girl. We gotta pump it out. Pump it up. Otherwise, I'll get very behind. Yes. Hey, girl. Hey, really enjoy your lives. Rarely catch them. Love is Blind is wild. It really is. Ma'am, somebody has to watch the show, and it's not me. I'm in the audience. Somebody has to watch the show. Listen, I throw myself on a sword for y'all. Okay, so Chris finished the episode, and so she put notes in here. So I'm just gonna say the notes, but I'm not gonna say what the context is because, girl, I don't know. Dress your age. Girl, we missed you last night. Where was you? You was not there. We was like, where was she? We missed you last night. Charlene, hello. One of my aunt's name is Charlene. She goes by Cindy. I forget her name is Charlene, and I want to call her Charlene, but I know she would get upset. I was like, hey, Charlene. She'd be like, don't call me that. My name is Aunt Cindy. That's what she'd say to me. I should text her. I'm going to text her right now and say, hi, Aunt Cindy. In my phone, she's Aunt Charlene. Or no, is she just Charlene? Yeah, she's her full government in my phone. Remind me to call Charlene on Saturday.
Okay, I added call Saturday.
Great. Just call her Charlene when she acts up. It's full government. Oh, I understand. Okay, we're going to get started in like 3 seconds. Here we go. Let's do that. Let's go here and let's get ready to rumble. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Love is Blind Season 4, Episodes 6, 7, and 8. I don't know the titles, but you are welcome. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiancé, Love is Blind, Love in Paradise, Love on the Moon, Love Under the Sea, Love Language. Just kidding. So if you are at all interested in that content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you want to give your girl a tip because while you're watching this, you get the hee ha-has, you can do so right down below. You could give your girl a tip. I do Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the good stuff. So if you are an international girly, you might not be able to do that. You can do a thank you, which is right next to the dumb thumbs up, which is like 3 or 4 spaces over. You can do that. Either way it goes, we're here to have a good time. Welcome. Let's jump right into the episode. So, starting with episode 6, let me bring back my notes because there's a lot going on. So, we start off with Zach and Bliss having lunch. And in my opinion, they talk way too much about Irina. Like, way too much. I needed Zach to honestly just say what happened and why he chose Irina and then move on. But he kept trying to convince Bliss, or at least share with Bliss, the things that had happened that caused their breakdown. And my thought was, Bliss doesn't care, because the truth is, Bliss knows all of the nastiness that is Irina. She may not know specifically and exactly what had happened between y'all, but she knows because she already told you. And if you need a reminder who Bliss is, this is Bliss. Okay, Bliss is from Alaska, and she appears to be some part African American or Black. Then we've got Zach. Zach is a criminal defense attorney. He's 31. And then Zach chose Irina, who is like the absolute meanest girl that we've seen on this show ever. Her and Micah. Frickin' frack. And Irina actually posted I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for the people I hurt. I'm sorry if I triggered you as an audience. I'm trying to be a better person. There was a mirror put up against me. So if you guys want to see her apology, you can go to Irina_solo or solo_Irina. I'm not sure which one it is. And you'll see her there. I think she's got a blue check mark and everything. So as much as she was, probably upset about being the mean girl, I think she's doing pretty well. Or maybe she had it before. Who knows? But he keeps telling Bliss, Zach, that he messed up. And Bliss isn't easy to forgive, because listen, if you lose to somebody like Irina, I think you'd feel a kind of way about it. You truly would feel like, wow, that person ain't shit, because they didn't choose me over this person who's over here just being mean to everybody. And he says that, listen, she didn't even remember my birthday, and you remembered my birthday. So that was red flag number 1. And she's like, It was red flag number one. Yeah, it was probably the biggest of red flags. Why would you be with anybody who wouldn't remember your birthday in an isolated situation where they don't have their phone? So the truth is that they really have nothing else to think about besides the people that they're dating, and they can't even remember one of them their birthday. Suspicious. So he says to Bliss, do I stare? Do I like, does it bother you that I don't break eye contact? And she's like, no, why do I keep looking away? She's like, I'm sorry, sometimes I look away. And he's like, oh no, it's Irina told me that I stare too much and it looked like a cartoon. And she's like, oh, Irina, okay, Irina again. We're gonna continue talking about Irina. Cool, great. So the next scene that we have is Irina and Kwame Kwame and Chelsea talking about cleaning and how, the expectations that they both have for cleanliness. And Kwame's like, listen, I'm going to leave some dishes in the sink. And Chelsea's like, no, I don't really like that. And Kwame's like, well, you could flush the toilet. And she's like, well, I don't want to wake you up at night. And he's like, well, no, flush the toilet. My thought is, why don't you just say it saves water? Because that's the truth. Like, I don't flush the toilet because it saves water. I mean, I do flush the toilet, obviously, but like, I'm living by myself. Sometimes I'm just like, wipe, trash, go about my business because it saves water. Also in the middle of the night, like the worst thing is to hear the toilet flush. Like I don't even want to hear it if I have to do it. So I get her. I get her on both fronts. Like he has to kind of commit to washing dishes. I'm not saying like, he can't just rinse out a bowl and put it in the sink. What I'm saying is like his full on like is concerning to me. And when we see his home, we realize why. So Micah talks to Paul about Irina's comment at the end of episode 5, because Irina tells Micah that she's attracted to Paul. And Micah wants to know if Paul had any suspicions about said attraction. Because Micah knows that Irina is a mean girl. That was her bestie. So for her bestie to low-key turn on her and be like, yeah, I liked your man and I told him, is kind of rotted. And Micah immediately is like, I'm on this show and I really like Paul, even though he's not the type of guy I would normally go for, but he's who I need. And the such. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Micah is a Havasu girl. And we find out later in this episode that she very well might be. Or next episode, she very well might be. And Paul says, yeah, I actually did kind of notice that she rubbed up against me at the pool party. And then we see the video of it happening and we're like, oh, she more than just rubbed up against you. Like she did a whole like foot to titty situation. And we're all mildly shocked that could even be possible. I'm going to find the picture. Don't you worry. Oh my God, where is it? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. Anyways, it was in here. Don't know where it is now, but girl, it was quite shocking. She like grabs his foot, puts it up to her teta, and it's a whole moment. And he's like, yeah, she kind of like flirted with me at the pool. And I'm like, Paul, tell the truth, okay? Shame the devil, Irina. Because that's not all that happened. It was way more than that. So Micah's like, I feel really like, I don't know, like if our connection like is the way like it should be, like, because like, I don't know, like you didn't like, and that was like really crazy because she like my friend and like, oh my God, like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a crazy thing. And so like makes Micah insecure because she knows her friend is a snake. So it's really just really interesting, just the whole thing. Like I think that Micah ends up admitting that she was caught up in the kiki, like she was caught up in the nonsense with Irina, and she just wants to make sure that her relationship with Paul is secure because she doesn't want to look stupid on TV. So next we move on to Jacqueline and Marshall. So she's like, oh my God, this apartment's really cool. So she's really like psyched for the producer's space that they are living in. She's like, I need to bring my lava lamp in here. And Marshall makes fun of her. He's like, what is this, 1972? Like a lava lamp. So he tells her, you know, I've already told my family. And my family they're cool with it. Now, we don't know if the whole family is cool with it because we only end up seeing his sister, who has like fun colored lavender hair, and the cutest daughter. But Jacqueline's parents are not cool with it. And we see the fact that Jacqueline's parents don't support her, and she feels so much like she needs to do a lot for them to help them outside of the pod. We see her start to unravel in different ways when it comes to Marshall. And it's kind of sad. It kind of makes me feel like this show should not have people in it who are not emotionally fit in order to really do this. Just because you say you want or ready for marriage doesn't mean that you are mentally fit for it. And it just feels like you just kind of hurt the people that you're around doing that kind of stuff. Oh, Nedra, thank you so much. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to put my thing off with Do Not Disturb. I'm just worried somebody's going to text me and it's going to derail me. Okay, so Brett and Tiffany have a lot of love for each other. And the hard thing about this is that there's so much drama happening elsewhere that Brett and Tiffany's true love for each other is a little annoying. It's like not as interesting, right? Hold on. Ugh. I'm trying to like change my position. Boop. I'm trying to do this without showing you guys my belongings. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, Brett and Tiff, because of that, we're kind of like, boo, boring. Okay, guys, you're in love. What's how are you happy? So Kwame gets to Chelsea's apartment, and he's like, what's up with the pink? Now, let me tell you right now, I don't think that Kwame likes Chelsea. What we see from him on TV is a little... Is it judgmental? Is it rude? Is it obnoxious? Is it all the above? And so, you know, I feel like if you like somebody, you'll be like, wow, if you think there's a lot of pink in their home, you'll walk in and you'll say, wow, that's a lot of pink. You really like the color pink, huh? You wouldn't say, what's up with the pink? Like, you can tell she likes pink. She wore two fully like hot pink outfits in the pods. I just think that it was a little rude. So she tells a story about how she was in a really controlling relationship prior to him or prior. And that person did not let her decorate. That person did not let her express herself in the home decor. I imagine it was all like gray and black. And she says that when she got her own place, she just like did pink everything. She just like let the aesthetic be someplace that when she walks in, she's super freaking happy. And that is all I want for myself. So like, I completely understand. Like, and for him to, I don't know, just make fun of that initially just seems a little weird to me. So she talks about single people having a lot of alone time, and sometimes she FaceTimes her friends while she's eating, and I'm like, that is not my experience. As a single alone person, I think that I would like to come home to somebody and like make out. But then I also would need like a little time alone to like internet and like other like things like. So, and especially when I'm eating, oh, girl, let me watch TV. Don't talk to me. I mean, you could talk to me while I'm eating, but it's harder for me. And as though there's like a high chance of me choking. Like usually when I eat, I'm quiet. Unless it's to say this is delicious or you want some of this or can I have some of that. But most of the time, like, I just want to come home. I want to make out a little bit. And then I want to like be left to my own devices until I'm ready. So those are... we meet Tiffany's friends, and Tiffany is like, these are my friends. They're the most important people to me in the whole world, which is great. These friends are exactly what every friend and family member should be. is, hey, so what made you like Tiffany? Which I think is such a stupid question. I'm going to tell you right now. If I ever introduced my man to somebody and that somebody were to be like, so why do you like Wahima? That's really hard to say. I mean, listen, you could say like she's funny, she's smart, she's independent, she has a great fashion sense, she takes care of me, she makes me feel good about myself. Like those are great things, right? But like when I think about why I like somebody, it's like he's stable when we go out, he pays every single time, he drives every time we go anywhere, and like when I want to make out, he makes out with me. Like those are my reasons. I'm like, obviously he's kind, he's not homophobic, he makes me feel good about myself. Like those things are given. I want you to say the real deal. Like I want you to say the real deal of what it is. It's really hard to kind of say that. If somebody were to be like, why do you like my friend? I'd be like, get out of my business. Like, why are you in my relationship right now? But we're on TV, so this is expected and okay. But her friends were so kind to him. They were like, we really love her and we want the best for her ever in this world. So, like, we're so happy she's happy. And she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, she fell asleep on me. And they're like, oh, she literally will fall asleep on anybody at any time. Okay. Barack Obama could walk into the room and Tiffany will fall asleep. We call her Little Miss Sleeping Beauty in our phone. And we like share pictures of her at different occasions, just fully having fallen asleep. The dating doula has entered the chat, everyone. Okay. She is the dating doula. Follow her on Instagram. She's great. Anyway, she gives a lot of good dating advice about what not to do when you're out dating in the streets. As a Ghanaian, the way I cannot stand Kwame is next level. His anti-blackness, his self-hatred, his quest to be the most loyal colonial subject of Britain is sickening. Dating doula, where were you episode 1? When that man said that he wanted to change his name to Alex so people wouldn't judge him, I said, you don't change your name. My brother's middle name is Kwame. So that name has a special place in my heart. If I didn't already have a Garifuna name to name my child, I would name my child Kwame. My brother goes by Kwame. Like when he doesn't want to tell people's name. He goes by Kwame. But we spell it differently. My dad spelled it Kwami. So it's not an E at the end. It's Kwame. But I think it's also because his name is Wasani. So like Wasani Kwame, both in with I. Wasani Kwame. Yeah, I mean, my child is going to be named Wasani because it means our son in Garifuna. Great. It's a good reason in that. Anyways, yeah, so anyways, we were talking about Kwame. Zach and Paul are having a conversation and they're talking about Zach's time with Bliss and Paul's time with Micah. And Zach is over talking Paul. But Paul, he's here for it. He really enjoys this banter back and forth with his friend. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I feel like I look really good right now. I keep looking at myself and I'm like, even with the glasses on. You know what everyone should buy? Is Hot Chocolate by Fenty Beauty. I'm going to show it to you. That's what's on my lips right now. Hi, Hilda. Welcome. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me show you what you should buy. I'll be back. Okay. It is, she needs her bifocals, honey. Hot Chocolate. It is Gloss Bomb. It's Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. They have other colors. So if you're a little lighter in skin tone, maybe this is too dark for you. But if you like a little chocolate look on your lip, do so. Yeah, I mean, I feel like fat water got me in a chokehold. Should I get fat water? I'm having like a wild breakout situation happening in my life. Like, should I get fat water? Anyways, I shouldn't get anything. Let's get back to this. Stop distracting me. Oh my God, we're 30 minutes in. Girl, I need to hurry up with this episode. So, Micah and Irina. Micah tells Irina how she feels, how loyal she was, and how really messed up it is that she did what she did. Shanti Lee, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Cash App, for the giggles, or for the hee-hee-ha-has. What'd you put? Something. For the chuckles. That's what you put, for the chuckles. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. So this is the episode where Micah confronts Irina about her feelings for Paul. And Chris Farah said to me that she felt like Micah read Irina her rights. That she's like, listen, I was your friend when nobody else was your friend. And you then betrayed me by doing this. And I don't understand why you would do something like that. And Irina's like, first of all, I really appreciate you. I think it's really great that we're friends and I really value our friendship. So thank you so much for coming forward and telling me how you feel. Yes, at the moment, it wasn't appropriate for me to do so, but I felt like it was, what I felt. And so, we're on a show and I'm the mean girl. So that's why I did that. I hope we're friends forever. And Micah's just like, She's like, if I ever were to meet Paul, I would, know that I'm, he's all yours. And she's like, Paul doesn't like you. And I thought it was just two annoying people that I don't want to talk about talking to each other. So that's why I wasn't able to like truly understand what was going on. So then we have Marshall cooking. And I'm like, Jacquelina does not deserve Marshall. The fact that she even swallowed spit or swiveled spit around in her mouth to say the things that she said about Marshall, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I won't have it. I won't have it, Toe, because that man cooks for you. Keep him. That is a love language for someone to get up and go to the grocery store and make you things from scratch. So we have now where Chelsea's going to meet Kwame, and Chelsea totally catfishes us or like makes us believe that her father is like some crazy, awkward, mean man who would like hate Kwame, and like Kwame's really nervous and Kwame's really nervous to meet her dad because I think he's expecting like a racist situation or to not be accepted because he's black and because he loves white women, that he's just like constantly running up against the wall trying to like impress their fathers. But Chelsea's father, as we go into episode 7, Chelsea's father is like really nice. So let's move on to episode 7. Chelsea's father is really nice, okay? Chelsea's father absolutely is like, I'm really happy for you guys. I wish the best for you. Blase, blase, boo, boo. And we're all like, oh my God, she completely acted like this man was going to do so much craziness. Oh my God, did you change your name to Linjay for me? Oh, sorry. It doesn't have to be for me, but I mean, you changed it. And I mentioned it last night that I couldn't stop calling you Linjay. Oh, you're in Chris's reenactment of this convo and docu-sweeties had me rolling. Yeah, thank you. Nah, Marshall gives me snapped tease. Dress your age. How dare you protect Marshall at all costs? Oh, I know it's you. I just didn't want to call you out in case you didn't want to be called out. Thank you, Dress Your Age. I mean, thank you, Hard to Know. Thank you so much. Anyways, so her father comes in and Kwame's really nervous, but like her father is cool with it and it is great. And I don't know why she was nervous. She actually had to explain to her father the whole premise of the show and it was good. So then we have a scene with Micah and Paul's mom, and apparently Paul's mom and Micah are exactly the same, and it was a really annoying scene and I had to move on. They had the same hair. So she like looked into Micah and it's like, Paul's mom is a good Christian woman. She owns a daycare and it's like they're the same people. So the next we have Tiffany and Bliss. We have Brett and Tiffany, and we go to Brett's house, and his house has all of the modern amenities, right? He has like everything electronic. He's got a lot of tech in his home. And again, Tiffany is one of these people, again, like, listen, why, when someone has a different house than you, do people like go, oh my God, why do you have that? I can't believe you spent that much money on luggage. Like, that man works hard. If he wants to spend $1,200 on luggage, for you to be even slightly like, the moment someone is like, if this apartment is too small for you, we can just move to a bigger one in the building. Maybe you've never dated somebody who has disposable income, or at least as much disposable income. He lives purposely below his means so that he can purchase interesting tech and shoes and luggage. So we want Brett. Brett is a catch. Brett is a catch. We stand Brett. I'm like, everything he says, I was just like, so happy for you. And he works out. Like, how do you have that much fortitude and diligence? I don't know. She better be happy. She calls him Bougie Brett. And I'm like, don't make fun of this man. This is the man that I want. Do not make fun of him for having nice things, okay? Do not make fun of him for being like, we could move if you want to. We could move if you want to. Don't listen, I couldn't move. They had to kick me out of here, okay? I don't have anything extra to give. Pay rent. They're gonna have to give me back my little ass deposit I made. So next we've got Zach and Bliss, and she keeps saying we'll see. He invites her to his home. He cooks dinner for her. He messes up the sous vide or whatever that like boiled bag meat situation is, because whatever his Ziplocs were, they weren't like sturdy enough to withstand that water. But he also makes carrots, which look really good. Like, I'm like, a carrot and feta situation. Like, should I check it out? Seems interesting. You know, I love to eat. And he just does little things for her, and he's nervous, and she just keeps being like, we'll see. And part of me just wants her to have the conversation that's like, look, you made me look fucking stupid on national television, and now you're like running back to me for my love. You have to understand that I just can't immediately give in to you. And I'm gonna have to give you a hard time. And she tries, but she likes him, so she giggles about it. I don't know. It's tedious to watch, but I know why she's doing it. I think that's what it is. Jax and Marshall. So she's nervous because I don't know who she's meeting, but whatever. She's nervous, and she has like all this nervous energy, and she tells him to go away. I don't know. I can't talk about Marshall and Jax right now. Like, honestly, her family is against it, and she just is so nervous. I really think they should get people who are made to be on this show. That's what I really think. So the next scene we have is Kwame, and he's trying to talk to his mother. And his mother does not want to be on the show. Hi, Sawai. Have you been here the whole time? Guys, this is my sister. Oh, why are people so quick to call Brett gay? And I don't like the bougie Brett thing either. Hi. How long have you been here? Were you here for the Wasani conversation? So anyways, Kwame's mother wants nothing to do with this. She feels like he's making a mistake. And I just think to myself, it feels like he's going to use this as an excuse to not marry Chelsea. He's going to use it as another layer. I was just talking about how Wasani's middle name is Kwame too. and how Wasani's last letter is an I, not a E. That's it. So I feel like, why would you be on this show when you know your mother would not approve of this? I don't know. Everything about Kwame just rubs me the wrong way. It just really rubs me the wrong way. The other next scene that we have is Micah goes to Paul's house and she hates everything and she keeps talking about how she hates it. And I just don't get it. I don't get this desire to, but here's the truth. The reason why I don't get the desire to break that down is because I'm somebody who doesn't know how to decorate. It's really hard for me, and whenever I do it, I end up hating it. So I think that I would be sad if somebody were to come in my home and immediately just start being like, is this where you put your clothes? Definitely going to change that. Like, I just think it's, I think there's things that I do to people that probably is akin to what Micah is doing, and a lot of people do. But it's the same thing that Kwame did. What's up with the pink? I don't know. So, let's move on to at the end of this episode, Zach and Bliss are on a boat, and it seems a little chilly. And Zach's hair is doing whatever it wants. It's living its best life. And he gets on his knees and he proposes to her. And I don't know if Bliss should have said yes, because I feel like at this point and after this point, she needs to stop making him pay. And in next episode, she still is trying to make him pay. I understand why she said yes, and I understand that she's upset with him, but I think that something needs to happen where it like stops. It needs to like stop and go on. Like, it needs to stop and not be what it is. I would have been shocked if Kwame's mom participated. No sane Ghanaian mom would ever be on Love is Blind. Well, I mean, we had a Niger mom, and if you go in on the Niger Ghanaian difference, I'm not going to stand there, but I will watch. I mean, I'm not going to get in the way. I'm not going to join it, but I will watch. At all. Everybody was scared. Everybody who was second choice in this show lost anyway. Whew. Oh, hello, anonymous Zoe Queen. Thank you. Yes, everybody in the room, like this video. Nice to meet you. I feel like this is the first time I've seen you on the channel. Just my 2 cents. Hello. Are you a YouTuber as well? Never seen you before. Cute. Love the braids. Tell us about the Niger and Ghanaian difference. They're just two different countries that have a dish that is the same called jollof rice. This is the only argument I know between Ghanaians and Nigerians, okay? The two African men that I work with are Ghanaian. My friends back home are Nigerian. Right now, I can't tell you what the difference is, but they will fight over jollof. They will fight over the taste and the difference between the jollof rice in Nigeria and the jollof rice in Ghana. Hi, I'm here a lot. Oh, well, girl, hello. Trying, but I've been a while. I need to update. Okay. If Bliss and Zach work out, she'll be financially set. He just opened his own criminal defense law firm. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, let all that water under the bridge go. You could choose me third. If you marry me and I don't have to work, hi. Hello. All right, let's move on. Next episode is episode 8, and this is where it gets spicy, y'all. Episode 7, that was a flyover state. And I'm in a flyover state now. Ooh, it's so terrible. It's so rude to call it a flyover state. It's so rude. So we've got Bliss feels like it's right and she's trusting her intuition. She's allergic to animals, but she knew deep into her soul that he was the right person for her. So this episode, she gets into the home, like they move into this place together, and he puts the luggage on the bed. And she's like, no, don't put the luggage on the bed. And I said, a woman after my own heart. Absolutely don't put the luggage on the bed. The luggage has been in a space with other disgusting luggages. It has been on the ground. It has been on the belt. It has been in the air. It has been everywhere. And you are going to take that item and put it on your sheets, the sheets that you roll around in? No. So when she said that, it was great. I thought Bliss was going to say no, but it kind of gives they both just want to be on the show at the end of the day. No, I think that they belong together. But Wavy Wubby agrees with you. I love her for that scene, says Rickety Wren. Exactly. Take that man and take that stuff. And did she also say shoes too? Because that's another thing people do. It's just like they pick their shoes that has been in the subway, everywhere in this United States of America, on a plane, everywhere, and they just put them on their bed. Or they like pick up their shoe by the sole. Oh my God, I've seen somebody do that before, and I was like, like, pick up the shoe. Like, if this is the shoe and this is the part you put your foot in, they're like, oh, let me put my shoe on my foot. And I'm like, your hand is on the bottom of that shoe. No, you do. You put the shoe on the ground and you hold up the tongue of the shoe and you slip your foot in. Like, I don't know. I just can't touch it because you don't go wash your hands afterwards. Like, I'd see if you were like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm going to go for sure wash my hands. No, people don't. They don't. No. I'm not one of the rice fighting Ghanaians. A rice fighting Ghanaian. I enjoy the chaos of saying the best jollof is Sinhalese just to watch the Ghanaians and the Nigerians. Does the Sinhalese have rice too? I want all the rices. I've been watching since the days you've been 90 Days of Fiance video. Your impression of, oh my God. Oh, you've been watching since the beginning, girl. Paul. Fala, Karini. Fala. Karini, fala. Fala, Karini. Oh, it's hilarious. Anyways, thank you for bringing me back. So, where'd it go? Micah introduces Paul. Oh, I had a scene where Tiffany like eats with a dirty fork. Does the fork fall on the ground? And she's like, it's okay. Did she do the 10-second rule? That was weird. And then she also was like, I like dark meat. We were like, ha ha ha, you're so funny. So Micah introduces Paul to her parents. And her dad, Paul, likes Paul. He's like, listen, I'm okay with this experience. And when the mother is like, here's all the things that could go wrong, Paul Sr. is like, you're absolutely right. However, I do like this Paul character. I'm like, I imagine that Paul is so much different than any guy she's ever dated. And I don't know if she's brought any guys home to her family, but I just think that Paul gives the energy of like settled. He gives off energy of, I'll take care of your daughter. You know, I think that every father truly wants their daughter or their progeny to be with someone who can take care of them, either financially or like other things like acts of service. I just imagine that that's what he wants. And he probably sees something super stable in Paul. And I like that for her. But her entire conversation talking to her parents, I just kept thinking, are they not annoyed with the way she speaks? She's like, Michaela's gonna be there, and I just want to like have a regular wedding, and I want it to be like vintage but classic and sweet and cute. I just want it to be really classy and timeless. I want to have an epic marriage. Like, so, they talk about having kids, I think. And like, I think they talk about just the fact that they want to like settle down and have a good marriage first before they think about anything else. And Paul is like, Paul and Patricia, they like Paul. So then we have Jack and Marshall. Jacquelina flips out and like freaks out on Marshall. says that he's not aggressive enough because when she's in a funk, he doesn't try to like force himself on her. And I was like, wow, you are really toxic and you need support. Because the fact is that you think that when you're in a funk, you need to be with a man who's gonna like, I don't know, like force you out of it, or like she's like, we don't have sex, and he's like, because you're in a funk, and she's like, well, you could throw yourself at me, or I don't know, something like that. That's what I got out of it. I'm just like, what? I think that we really need to normalize people giving consent and talking about what they want. And I think that if you want someone to be aggressive with you when you're in a funk, then that's a kink, and you need to explain that to them prior to. I think any sort of society where we berate a man for not being aggressive and like attacking you when you say no is the wrong way. Unless you've had like some kind of conversation where you're like, listen, I give you consent to roughhouse me when I'm sad. Like, and then I'm not going to say this ever again. I just want you to know that when I'm in a bad mood, that you need to jump on me. Something, because I think that I don't want to live in a world where men just have to be aggressive all the time. I think that we should like, I don't know. I think that consent is really important. And I think that respecting a woman's boundaries are really important. And I think that if she's putting out, I don't want to, that we shouldn't tell a man that he's wrong for not pushing himself on her. I think that's really wrong, because I think it can go wrong in any other situation or scenario. I think we do a disservice, and she's a part of that bad like behavior. So she needs to tell him what it is that she wants to get from him when she's in a funk before he just goes on and like does things to her outside of that. I just don't think it's right. Didn't he ask her about intimacy in Mexico and she said why? Would she wait before? Yes. No, but yeah, she did. They talked about having sex, but like she's saying, when I'm angry or whatever, I want you to like be aggressive. Because he's saying that, listen, the reason why we haven't had sex is because you've been in a mood, and I'm not trying to make a move on you while you're in a mood. And she's like, but you need to be more aggressive. You should have just jumped on me. You should have just forced me out of it or something. And I'm just like, that's something that you need to talk to him. So then he does a frustrated, angry clap, and she does the stupid thing that I think a lot of people do, which is like, who are you clapping at? Which is besides the point. The clap is besides the point, and it's really hard to watch people who are on a show who supposedly say they're ready to be in love act up and not just say what they're feeling. And he then said he doesn't she says like, I didn't mean to make him feel like that, so that's not what happened, which is annoying to me, because again, when someone tells you this is how you made me feel, like, I think you're in an intimate relationship with them, you owe them to at least step back and be like, okay, that's how I made you feel. And then make a choice on whether or not you're going to be like, that person's crazy, that I made them feel that way for this, and I'm going to walk away because I can't maneuver this. Or you need to just be like, okay, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to be in this relationship with you. I want you to be my life partner. So while I don't think that what I did should have made you feel that way, I acknowledge that it did make you feel that way, and I apologize for that. However, can we talk about it? Because we got to talk about that. I need to talk about it. I need to better understand where you're coming from. If I can't understand where you're coming from because you won't tell me, or because you have this idea that I'm supposed to know, I'm out. Because I don't know. And I don't like being held up to a standard of you're supposed to. Tell me. So I feel bad for him in that moment. But then he does something that is, again, crazy. He says, I saw you as a project. And she rightfully gets upset at that. Because, as someone said earlier up in the scrolling of the chat, he's a captain. He loves to save a hoe. And that's the thing that I don't think people realize, is that they think they're doing a good thing by helping you and saving you. But the truth is that sometimes they can come from a place of thinking that they know more than you or they know better than you. And it can come off to the person condescending or patronizing. And I know this because I have done this to people, not men, but friends and family. So, like, that's the one thing. If you find yourself in a situation where you want to be with somebody because you want to help them, or you want to make them better, or you want to support them in a way, such and such and such, if I were you, I would truly think about what you're getting out of this relationship. Are you getting a satisfaction of knowing that you helped them or you brought them out of the funk? That's not fair to them. Even though they seem like that's what they want, it's not fair to hold it against them. You can't take responsibility for someone's recovery. You can only take responsibility for helping them through that. So, I agree with dating doula. Jackie is 26 years old and behaves like it. What she's saying was so struggle of and untherapized and nuts. She's not old enough to know what it is that she's asking for. It's weird and toxic. Yes. 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 I can't. Let me put this up there so everyone can read it. So he ends it with saying, "I fucking love you." And I thought that was like, it got to her. It was the cussing and saying "I love you" at the same time is what really got to her. She was like, she ran up to him and hugged him. He's like, "I want to uplift and I want to empower you." And I truly think, now while that is sweet, Jackie needs to do that for her own. Marshall had that response ready to go, which means he likely dates women like Jackie all the time. He's a savior, but one who wants to be praised for it. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Okay, let's go on because I have 8 minutes before the next live. All right, you guys, we're talking 90 Day Fiance after this. Okay. Oh, I talked about grumpy in the mornings. That's Bliss. Let's just jump down to Paul and Micah. Oh, okay. Let's quickly talk about Chelsea and Kwame washing the dog. So, first of all, I didn't know that there were places that you can go, like dog stores, where you can go and just wash your dog there. That's actually kind of cute because I don't want to wash my dog in my house. I would rather wash my dog in a space where it's made for washing of the dogs, and it's probably cheaper than getting them washed and groomed at PetSmart. So that was cute. They go in there to watch Rocky. He says that he really loves Rocky and that Rocky's like his child. Then, speaking of children, Chelsea brings up wanting to have kids, and Kwame immediately shuts down. Kwame either doesn't want kids or he doesn't want kids with her. Because the way he's like, why are we even talking about kids right now? And she's like, because I want to have like 6 kids. He's like, nah. He's like, this is Love is Blind, not Married with Children. I'm ready to get married. I'm not ready to have kids, not your kids. I don't want you to be the one of my children because you're not Micah. Guess what? And so we're just like, right, this is a natural conversation. And he's like, let's wait 3 years. And she's like, that's fine, but let's talk about it. And he's like, I just really want that time to be us, for us to get to know each other. And she's like, that's what this time is about. But like, clock is a ticking. 3 years is what I want to wait for. And he's just like, I want to travel. I want to do all this stuff. And she's like, we could take a baby with us. And I was like, tut. Okay, you're the folks taking your baby to places where other adults want to be around, not babies. So you keep your baby at home. But also, she is like, do you want to settle down? Because what for her, settle down means stay put and have children for a couple of years and then do all that shit. And he's like, I do, but I don't want to talk about that with you because I don't want to do that with you. And I was like, wow. Wow. It's really crazy. Wow. And then she's like, so she's like, this is not a sacrifice. And he's like, no, it's not a sacrifice, it's a compromise. And I'm like, Chelsea got to get out of this relationship. And she's like, welcome to marriage. She got to get out of this relationship. You know, you have got to be with somebody who's like, yes, I absolutely want to have kids. But can we wait 5 years? But I absolutely do. Kwame, that's not Kwame. I don't think he wants to have kids with her. That's like crazy that he doesn't like Chelsea. She's like great. Anyways, so next we have the last scene that I watched, whatever. Micah decides to take Paul to her best friend's birthday party. She decided to do her friend a solid and said, listen, I'm going to bring a camera crew to your birthday party, so be prepared. And Michael pulls up and immediately this black man just jumps up and hugs her. And we're like, who is that? We thought that person was going to get like some screen time, but like, no, that person just really wanted to like hug Micah, like, you're my best friend. And we never see Micah talk to that other person at all. I was like, you have black friends? Is what I thought. That was my first thought. And then I was looking around. I was like, is he the only black person here? I've been that person. It sucks. So the friend's name is Shelby and Michaela. And Michaela's like, how serious are you? Or Shelby. They're both kind of drunk, but Shelby's way drunk. It's her birthday. So she's probably had shots all day. And they start to like make fun of him for being smart. And I was like, wow, that's really bitchy. And then she's like, Shelby is the one who matters the most. Like she better like you. It's all important for her to like you, blase. And he's just like, okay. And then they're like, why do you like her? Like the friends, I mean, I think Michaela was chill. It was Shelby who wasn't chill. And I think at some point Paul gets annoyed. And I don't know if he hadn't eaten already for the day or like he just had a hard day at work and he didn't come to the birthday party to be like given the third degree by these fucking blonde bitches that he doesn't care about. Now, they both weren't blonde. But I imagine, because Paul says that he normally doesn't date somebody like Micah, that he kind of had to rev up and gear into dating somebody like Micah, because I'm sure he had judgments on them based on the way they probably treated him in middle school. Girls like Micah were probably really mean to boys like Paul in middle school. And so for Paul to be able to date somebody like that, he's probably not into it. But he was like, I'll give her a chance. Then he goes to the party and meets her friends. And they're the exact people he doesn't want to be with. And then when it's like, oh, you should care about her opinion, Paul's like, I don't really care about her opinion. And Micah's like, stop saying that. Shut up. And Paul's like, what? And he's like, why would I care about what your stupid drunk friend in a stupid green dress is thinking right now? Like, her makeup is weird. And her hair is like oddly blotted blonde. Why do I care about these no good ass hoes who don't make any money? I am a scientist. And I was here with Paul. And so Paul's like, excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom. And Micah's like annoyed. And then her friend like whispers in her ear, he's not the one for you. Like, you know, it kind of like blah, 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 blah. I mean, I hated her. I hated that friend. It was like, happy birthday to her. Boo poo, you're rude. And so she's like, she's my best friend in a Hawaiian time. We're like, you're Micah. You're meant to have the most spectacular wedding. You're meant to have everything. And this isn't it. So I don't know, like maybe she's like, I don't want you to have a tacky Love is Blind wedding. It's like, why didn't she not go on the show? Why didn't you tell her not to go on the show then if you didn't want her to have a tacky Love is Blind wedding? Anyways. Now this is the part I didn't see. So let me just read the notes. Cocktail party where Marshall comes separately from Jacquelina. Josh is there. Bliss and Zach come. Josh gets drunk. Amber comes. Ooh, Amber and Paul Amber. Jackie comes. Ooh. Josh hits on Jackie. Bliss hates it. Now I got to finish watching the episode to tell you guys what that is about. I don't know. But we're going to end this one, okay? And we're going to come back. So go get a snack. Come back. And we're going to watch me talk about 90 Day Fiancé in like 30 seconds, okay? Let's end this episode. Y'all have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, find your place. Bye. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line,